Good morning students. Welcome to chemistry online class. In this session we will discuss the topic compounds of hydrogen. Water, it is one of the compound of hydrogen. Water is the most available hydrogen compounds. Our earth surface approximately contains 70% of ocean. Ocean, its major source is water. Sea water, it contains many dissolved salts. That's why we are not able to use the sea water directly. And then water is essential for all living things. Our body contains 65% of water. Water, its formula is H2O. Water, its structure is we will discuss the structure of water in our 11th standard lesson, chemical bonding. Our next topic is physical properties of water. First of all, water is a colorless and volatile liquid. Water is a colorless and volatile liquid. Now, the question is, what is volatile liquid? Volatile liquid means easily evaporatable liquid. If water is present in the condensed state, it possesses the peculiar, that is unique or special property. It is due to the presence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding between water molecules. If the water is present in the condensed state, it possesses the peculiar property. It is due to the presence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding between water molecules. We will discuss briefly about the hydrogen bonding at the end of this lesson. Hydrogen bonding is responsible for the high melting point and high boiling point of water. Our next topic is chemical properties of water. Water, it reacts with metals, non-metals and other compounds in a different way. First of all, water, it reacts with the reactive metals. Group 1 elements, that is alkali metals are the reactive metals. Alkali metals decomposes the water even if the water is present in the cold condition. Alkali metals decomposes the water and it liberates the hydrogen gas, leaving the alkali solution. Sodium is one of the alkali metal. Sodium decomposes the water. It liberates the hydrogen gas along with the formation of the alkali solution, that is sodium hydroxide, balancing the equation here 2 and then here 2 and then here 2. Now the equation is balanced. Not only alkali metals, alkaline earth metals, that is group 2 elements, it also decomposes the water, but comparing alkaline metals, the reactivity of the alkaline earth metal is low. Now the equation is balanced. The hydroxides of Group 2 elements are less soluble than the hydroxides of group 1 elements. I am repeating, the hydroxides of group 2 elements are less soluble than the hydroxides of group 1 elements. All the alkaline earth metals, it reacts with water except beryllium. Beryllium, it has no reaction with water. Now the question is, why beryllium is not react with water? It is due to the small size of the beryllium atom, and then beryllium atom possesses the high ionization energy. That's why beryllium does not react with water. And then transition metals, it react with hot water or steam. It forms the oxides. Example, steam is passed over red hot iron. It forms the oxides. Steam H2O is passed over red hot iron. It forms the iron oxide Fe3O4 along with the liberation of the hydrogen gas. Iron oxide is also called, that is Fe3O4 is also called ferric oxide. Balancing the equation, here 3 and then here 4 and then here 4. Lead and copper decomposes water only at a white heat, and then silver, platinum, mercury and gold, it does not react with water. And then non-metals, which is present in the elemental form like carbon, sulfur and phosphorus, it does not react normally with water. I am repeating, non-metals which is present in the elemental form, that is carbon, sulfur and phosphorus, does not react normally with water. But already we know carbon, it is present in the red hot or white hot condition. It reacts with steam and it forms the water gas. Water gas is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Halogens, it react with water to give acidic solution. Example, chlorine, it reacts with water. It forms HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, along with the HOCl, that is hypochlorous acid. Chlorine reacts with water. It forms the hydrochloric acid and hypochlorous acid. This chemical reaction is the reason for the antibacterial action of chlorine water, and also this chemical reaction is the reason for used in bleach. But fluorine reacts with water in a different way because it liberates oxygen gas along with the formation of the hydrofluoric acid. Balancing the equation here 2 and then here 4 and then here 2. In the same way, non-metallic compounds, it reacts with water, it forms the acidic or alkaline solution. Example, carbonate solutions are slightly alkaline, CO3 2 minus plus H2O carbonate solution, it forms the HCO3 minus, that is bicarbonate, along with the formation of OH minus. In this reaction, formation of the OH minus indicates the carbonate solutions are slightly alkaline. Water, it has the tendency to react with acid as well as base. That's why water is called amphoteric oxide. I am repeating, water, it has a tendency to react with acid as well as base. That's why water is called amphoteric oxide. If water is amphoteric oxide, it accepts or donates protons. If water is amphoteric oxide, it has the tendency to accept or donate protons. In case, if water accepts the proton, it shows water act as a base. In case water, it donate protons, it shows the water, it act as a acid. Example, water, it react with hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is the strong acid. HCl, it donates the proton easily. So, water accepts the proton from the hydrochloric acid. Water is converted into H3O plus along with the formation of chloride ion. Water, it accepts the proton from the acid. Here, water, it acts as a base, and then water, it reacts with ammonia. Ammonia is a weak base. So, here, water provides its proton to the ammonia. Ammonia accepts the proton from the water and ammonia becomes ammonium ion NH4 plus along with the formation of OH minus. In this reaction, water, it donates the proton. It indicates the water, it acts as a acid in this chemical reaction. These two chemical reactions shows the amphoteric behavior of the water. Water is a polar solvent. Polar solvent has the tendency to dissolve the polar compound. So, water dissolves the ionic compounds. In the same time, water, it hydrolyzes the covalent compounds. Water dissolves the ionic compounds. In the same time, it hydrolyzes the covalent compounds. Example, silicon tetrachloride undergoes the hydrolysis process. It forms the silicon dioxide along with the formation of hydrogen chloride, balancing the equation. Here 4 and then here 2. The second example is phosphorus pentoxide, that is P4O10. It undergoes the hydrolysis process. It forms the H3PO4, that is phosphoric acid. Balancing the equation, here 4 and then here 6. I am repeating. Water hydrolyzes the covalent compounds. Example, silicon tetrachloride undergoes the hydrolysis process. It forms the silicon dioxide along with the hydrogen chloride, and then phosphorus pentoxide undergoes the hydrolysis process. It forms the phosphoric acid. And then aqueous salt solution, it undergoes the crystallization process. Aqueous salt solution undergoes the crystallization process. It forms the hydrated salts. In the hydrated salts, water molecule, it forms the coordinate bond. In the hydrated salt, water molecule, it forms the coordinate bond, or else it present in the interstitial position. Water molecule in the hydrated salt, it forms the coordinate bond, or else it is present in the interstitial position. Example, CrH2O 6Cl3. This compound name is hexa aqua chromium 3 chloride. Hexa aqua chromium 3 chloride. In this compound, all 6 water molecules forms the coordinate covalent bond. And then second example is barium chloride dihydrate. In barium chloride dihydrate, water molecule is present in the interstitial position. Interstitial, its meaning is in between. Water molecule is present in the interstitial position in the barium chloride dihydrate. The next example is copper sulfate pentahydrate. In copper sulfate pentahydrate, 4 water molecules, it form the coordinate bond. And the 5th water molecule is present outside the coordination sphere. Fifth water molecule is present outside the coordination sphere. That's why 5th water molecule, it has the tendency to form intermolecular hydrogen bonding with another molecule. From this concept, Cu H2O4 SO4 dot H2O. This structure indicates the 4 water molecule forms the coordinate bond, and then 5th water molecule is present outside the coordination sphere, and it has the tendency to form intermolecular hydrogen bonding with another molecule. We will meet in the next session. Thank you, students. Thank you.